Welcome guys to my channel. My name is Liz. This is Simply Homeschool, and today I'm just going to be walking you through the Abeka Homeschool English 7 video manual. This is just for the grammar and composition, the literature, and the vocabulary, spelling, and poetry. So I just want to show you guys what was given to us when we purchased the English 7 video manual curriculum through Abeka. This is literally just the guide that helps you throughout the year knowing what they need to do for each lesson, how to grade, what they expect from you as the parent and the student. So I'm going to try to do this pretty quick. So first off, you're going to see textbooks and materials, the student materials, and the teacher materials that come with this. And then you're going to have the contents throughout the book. Here's just a little introduction to you, general information about this course, equipment and supplies that you will need. And then here is the subject description. So for example, responsibilities of the home teacher, check equipment, follow the daily guides, check homework. So it just lists everything that you as the parent are responsible for. Here is the class schedule. It just breaks down pre-video activities. And then you just want to honestly read everything out of this book because it's super helpful, especially if you're new to Abeka or homeschooling in general. It's very, very helpful. So, and then this is about video activities. Down here on the bottom left, you're going to see book report procedures. These are guidelines for the book selection. Now, for 7th grade, they want 5 book reports. And they want the books to be either Christian fiction, information, nonfiction, classic, biography, and Christian biography. There has to be 150 pages to 250 pages. They do give you a book list in here that can kind of help you out of what you can use for them. Procedure for book approval, procedure for writing book reports. Let's see, now you will have to do 1 oral report throughout the year from one of the 5 books that they have chosen. So what I would suggest doing is just having them pick out of the 5 books what they're most interested in and that they would find the easiest, or maybe not the easiest, but the easiest for them to relate to and be able to explain everything in an oral report, just so it makes it easier on them. You know, if you're interested in something you're talking about, it's much easier than trying to talk about something that you have no interest in. So that is just a suggestion. Special instructions for oral book reports, guidelines for grading book reports, so they show you how to grade. This is all about reading speed and comprehension. That's going to be for your literature. Here is a research paper that they're going to be working on throughout the year, and it tells exactly step by step what they're going to need to do and what they're going to need. The research paper is going to start in lesson 62. That's when they're going to begin writing. This is all with their grammar and composition. Here it's going to show you the deadlines of what they need to do, what lesson it was assigned, and what lesson it's due on. This is all about compositions. Here is some optional activities if you want to do some things on the side with your kids. This is all about giving and grading quizzes and tests, the procedure for giving reading quizzes, procedure for giving printed review quizzes, procedure for grading reading and printed review quizzes, procedure for giving grading poetry quizzes, procedure for giving grading tests, and procedure for going over graded tests. Here's all about averaging grades. Here's first quarter average, second quarter, and then first semester average, third quarter, fourth quarter, second semester average. So that helps you figure that out. Next, you're getting into the daily guides. This is just things that you want to check on before you begin school. Lesson 1, this is how it breaks it down. Okay, so each section is a lesson. So here's lesson 1. You know what, I'm going to go into a further in-depth one because that's just the first day of school, so it's not as, you know, in-depth. Okay, so let's go to lesson 6. So pages taught for grammar and composition, they use abbreviations for grammar and composition. It's GCI, pages 4 and 9 through 11, plus 238 through 242. For vocabulary, spelling, and poetry, which is VSP1 or I think it's 1, page 78, list 2. And the materials that they're going to be needing is a reading quiz A and answers from Appendix A in the back of the manual. So they're going to need their quiz, they're going to be taking their quiz, you're going to have the answers in your appendix, which is in here. Teacher instructions, homework check. During homework check, students begin GCI, page 11, exercise A. So everything, they're just showing you abbreviations that they're going to continue on throughout the year. So just pay attention to the abbreviations. It may seem like a lot to you now, but it's super easy. You'll get used to it. Students prepare for a reading quiz by clearing their desk and taking out quiz materials. 1 clean sheet of paper, a pen, a pencil, and a cover sheet if needed, which they probably won't need if you're homeschooling and you only have 1 child. Now, if you have multiple kids, you can always do that. Let's see. Students will take reading quiz A. You will be dictating all reading quizzes. Refer to giving grading quizzes and test section in the front of this manual for detailed instructions for giving grading quizzes. That we just went over in the front of the book. Here you'll see like a little notepad, and that's just like a little note for you. Reading quizzes are administered before turning on the video. Be sure to provide adequate supervision. Let's see here. 4 is collect quizzes and record grades. For all reading quizzes, use the following grading scale, also found on page A3 of appendix. So section A would be appendix A. I'll show you right now actually. This is appendix A, and then they tell you what page, and you'll see down here A3. This is the quiz. Let's see, and then they'll show you the grading scale. Here's another note, and then turn on the video. And then their homework would be of people, which is OP, read pages 26 through 32, and then their book report. Book check is in the next lesson. So they just need to make sure to have their book ready for their book report for lesson 7. So that is all you would have to do for lesson 6. So this just goes all the way through to lesson 170. So I'm just going to skip through here to 170. I believe this was the last page. Yep, there we go. And then here's appendix A, the one that I just showed you, and this is the quiz. So you're going to have all the quizzes here in the answers. I'm going to skip through that. You don't have to see the answers and all that. Okay, so for here, this is the Appendix B, grade and evaluation forms. Now this you're going to be needing for their grammar and composition. So it'll even show you here outline grade form, composition section 2 for grammar composition, pages 244. So this is going to be for grammar and composition. It shows up here at the corner, it's for lesson 8, and then the grade is going to go down here. So this is all for grammar, and again, it'll tell you when to come here to get these. Oh wait, we went a little too far. Okay, so this is the last one for that. Now the next section here is for the oral poetry grade form. So this is where you're going to write their grades when they do their poetry, and it shows you a little guide here of what they need to know and do for them to get an A or a B. So like A, student knows the poem, says stanzas correctly or with just one mistake, a missed word, wrong word, or hesitation. That would give them an A. So then you would just keep the grade there. Again, it shows you the lesson. So this would be lesson 34 and this would be lesson 108. Here is an informative essay grade form. This is for the writer's corner. And this is also from their grammar and comp book, pages 84. Again, here is your lesson number. So then this is where you would be giving them their tests. If you're not sure how to do the grading, just go to the front of this manual and it'll help you. It'll explain to you how you do it. So that is how you find out how you're actually going to do the grading. That's a poem. So this is all out of, now this is out of people, description, evaluation form. So if you see the title here, you're always going to know where it's going to be taken from just because it has it underneath of the title. Okay, so here's Appendix C. This has home teacher materials, scoring, grammar, and literature tests, Abeka biographies and novels, contact information, and your progress reports. So here is your home teacher materials overview. This is the instruction you're gonna read. You're gonna want to read this. General information, course requirements, writing projects, getting started, responsibilities here. Grading policies, here's your grading scales, let's see, progress reports, and then here's additional English 7 information. This is all about the book reports, the vocabulary and spelling, compositions, research papers, and then the tests here on the back. Here is the scoring, grammar, and literature tests. This is where you're going to keep all of your scores at on the back here. Here are the Abeka biographies and novels. This is where I was telling you that they have like a list of books. So for grades 7 through 12, these are books that they are referring. So Alfred the Great, William the Conqueror, Booker T. Washington, you know, it goes on and on there. So you can read through that. This is how we can help you. Contact information to get in contact with Abeka. They're pretty good about helping whenever you need it. Here is the progress reports. So regardless if you are going to be accredited or not, you can still fill this out and use it as your records. If you are accredited, this is what you're going to fill out to send into them. You get to send in a copy, and then you have one that's your copy. So home teacher's copy, and this is their copy. It'll show up at the top right hand corner. This is the first grading period from lessons 1 through 42. You're going to want to put in all of their information here, and then this is your account number and student ID. And when you set up with Abeka through abeka.com, you should be getting a dashboard, and that's where that information will be, I believe. I think they send you a letter, if I remember correctly. Here's a little note to you to follow just while you're filling this out. Grammar quizzes, they're telling you that this is what they want from you. So you're going to have to send in the original of these quizzes, and you're going to have this graded. So lesson 4, quiz 1, you're going to have to put the grade here. Lesson 8, quiz 2, the grade here. So you're going to fill this out, and you're going to make sure to send in these originals to them. Now, what I did when I was accredited was I would make a copy of everything that I was mailing into them. I would send them the original, and I would keep a copy for myself just in case. I always get nervous about losing mail or something like that. That would be horrible. So that is what my suggestion would be. So speed comprehension quizzes, they tell you exactly what lesson quiz, and then you write in the grade here. Vocabulary spelling quizzes, same thing. Reading quizzes, compositions, poetry, and then here are some tests that they're going to tell you what they need. Okay, so back here, it's the book reports. You're going to want to write the title of the book, the author, type of book, number of pages. Let's see. This is, if it was an electronic book, you're going to have to sign this just stating that it was more than 150 pages or equivalent to 150 pages. And then the student has watched the videos for the lessons covered by this progress report. You're going to have to sign it right here, and your student's going to have to sign it. And then this goes in to the Abeka office along with your the tests and quizzes that it asks for on this list. Now again, make copies, keep a copy, put it with your copy of this and keep it together in your files just so that you have it. They will mail you out a book report. It does tend to take a little bit before you get it, but they will. That is if you're accredited. Now, if you're not accredited, you do the same thing. You fill all this out, you put the originals with this, and you keep them. You just don't mail it out. But everything else, I mean, I would do it just because it keeps records, and you need the records anyways, probably, depending on your state laws, but mine does. So that's what I would do for these, and it goes through each one here. So that is that. One thing about sending in your paperwork, you do have to pay for that. That's not something that they pay for you. But if you are, if you're receiving DVDs and at the end of the year you have to mail them back, they actually pay for that. So on your dashboard you can find the return label for the DVDs. and you literally print it out, cut it, put half of it in the box with the material you're sending back to them, and then you just tape the barcode and everything to the top of the box, and it's paid for. So anyways, that's all about the progress reports and sending back the stuff. But that is for the English 7 video manual. I hope this was helpful to you guys. If you have any questions, you guys could leave it down below in the comments. I will be sure to try to answer them. And I hope that this was informative for you guys. I hope you guys are all safe and healthy. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like, and the notification bell. And yeah, thanks guys. I hope to see you in the next video, and be blessed always.